podcast number 23.
23.
Yeah.
Big podcast.
So no Dan today, so we'll be sports related.
Dan. Right. That means we can talk about sports.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff. Plenty to talk about. That's easy.
Definitely. Some Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics.
They won 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
And the roller coaster ride continues.
Yeah. This has been a really interesting Celtics season for me anyway. So the Celtics are the only team, like, no matter what, I'll be a Celtics fan.
Right.
It's the only team that's like that.
Yeah, you're a Celtics guy.
They're pushing me this year, though. Man, I can't stand Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
But I don't want him to go away either.
You don't want him to go away?
No, I want him to fix it. But he's just hard. You just have to stop listening to him.
Yeah, he's the jive turkey with his talking.
I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Do you get the impression that you think he thinks he's smarter than he really is?
Oh, 100% that.
I mean, obviously it's a high basketball IQ, but I mean real life IQ.
Right. Because he went to Duke, but he didn't go to Duke.
It's only 1 year.
He didn't even play. He got hurt like in the preseason, didn't he? He didn't really play at Duke.
Right.
Forget go to class. He didn't go to class. Like,
he's not a big scholar or anything.
But he certainly, he definitely thinks he's smart.
It's annoying.
Which, not that he's dumb, but you can't think you're smart. It's a different. It's not calling him dumb. So he believes a little more than he yeah. But he's just, I hate that he sound and definitely the calling LeBron to tell him he felt bad.
Yeah, stop it. Cut it out. Because he shot his way out of town, didn't he?
He really lost me there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anytime he talks about how hard it was to get traded, you asked for the trade.
Right.
This is what you asked for. Everyone's giving you exactly what you asked for, and now you're complaining about it. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Just stop. He's immature, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He's a great player.
Yeah. He's a top 10 player.
Here's my take on it. He's a great player, and he's the best player in the Celtics.
Yep.
But he doesn't seem like a good fit for the Celtics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, case in point, they win usually without him.
Right.
They have a good record without him.
Right. I think 10-3.
And there was
11-3 now with the Kings win.
And last year in the playoffs, they seemed to be all right without him.
Certainly did well in the playoffs.
They didn't lose because of Terry Rozier.
But they were also fine when he played last year.
Right.
Because they started out slow and then tore off a whole bunch of games to get them to. They were were they, the 2 seed?
Yeah. They were the 1 seed, weren't they?
They were the 1 seed. They ended up winning.
Because Cleveland was just
they don't care. They just want to get in.
Yeah.
But like he helped that. There were no issues with it last year. Right. This year, it's all because of the contract stuff. That he wants to talk about it. But I mean, there are plenty of encouraging things. It's hard though. So they've won the 2 games and they beat They destroyed Golden State, and the Kings are good.
Right.
Those were the 2 hard games in this 4-game swing they got.
Right.
But they can very easily lose to the Kings. I mean, the Clippers and the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
And then what? Like every time it goes, and it's both ways. Like they lose to the Bulls, and you're like, well, they're done. But then they beat Philly, and then so now they beat Golden State, and they beat the Kings, and then if they lose to the Lakers and the Clippers, you have no idea.
Right.
So it's hard. I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs,
right?
And they could still be the 3 seed, I think.
Right, because they're 5 seed now.
They're the 5 seed now.
They could be.
I think the Pacers are ahead of them.
Yeah.
And then they could catch Philly, I believe.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only thing that means is they could potentially not have to play both Milwaukee and Toronto, right?
Yeah.
But they might still have to, I mean, at this point, they kind of just want to get in at this point too, because everything starts over in the playoffs. It's
if they play Philly first as a 4 and 5 seed.
Yeah,
they handle Philly. They play well.
They do play well against Philly. They still have the most talent in the East.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're not playing the best in the East.
The chemistry just
they don't have
there sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And how much of all of this do you put on Brad Stevens? When does it get to the point where he has to start?
When he's the problem,
right?
No, that's an interesting thing, and I think it's very real because. So if you think about where he came from Butler, which is it's not a nothing program, but it's not a top flight college program. So he's got all these underdog guys who didn't go to these the huge schools,
prospects,
that he's overachieving his way to. What do you go to 2 finals, right?
Yeah.
And then he's kind of done the same thing every year with the Celtics until last year. But even last year,
nobody knew they were going to be that good.
Well, because Hayward and Kyrie were hurt. So in the playoffs, it was the same thing. They were overachieving because they're on. Tatum was back, and a rookie, and Jaylen Brown. They didn't have stars again. That formula he's good at. He's definitely a good coach, like X and O coach.
So now he has to become
problem
more of a Phil Jackson managing
is the
superstars.
Philosophical psychological aspect of dealing with these egos, and how do you get these guys to play for you?
Right.
It's easy. I'm sure it was easy in a sense to get Tatum and Jaylen Brown they're
so young
to kill themselves last year in the playoffs. They you just play that whole we don't belong here, but we're here, so let's go kind of thing. And they go, oh yeah, you're right, and they go do it. Now the problem is everybody's back, so Kyrie expects what Kyrie expects. You get Hayward's back and kind of not good.
Rozier's feeling good about his experience last year, so he may have a little bit of it.
Yeah, you got this dichotomy, to use a big word. Horford's not really a problem, but you got these veteran guys. I think what's the twin? Who do we have? We have Marcus. We have Marcus.
Yeah.
So Marcus. So the older guys, and then there's the young guys. The young guys all think, last year we didn't need any of you old cats, and we almost got to the finals.
Yeah.
So we get our touches, and we need our time and all that. And the old guys say, no, I'm Kyrie Irving. Don't you know who I am?
Right.
And so it's not working. That doesn't work. So I mean, from a fan perspective, for this year, you have to hope they somehow can put it together in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's almost one of those things where if somebody gets hurt, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't wish that. I don't want that.
They play better when a guy's down.
Yeah, because there's too many guys. Yeah. There's too many mouths to feed on this team.
They haven't figured it out the way Golden State has figured it out.
No.
Yeah.
But Golden State there's not as many mouths to feed on Golden State.
Really, it's just 3, right? I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Boogie Cousins, but he's not the same Boogie Cousins.
He doesn't demand the ball.
No.
He doesn't. I don't feel like he cares.
Draymond's more of a.
It's kind of like Horford.
Yeah.
He just wants to do his thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but I think even Golden State, I don't think there's as many people because they don't have the kids. It's like they have the same kind of core, but they don't have the kids too. The Celtics have 8 guys who all want the ball and deserve it.
Yeah.
Golden State, it's really just the starting 5. Granted, best starting 5 ever, maybe. Very easily could be with Boogie Cousins.
Yeah, definitely.
So I get that, but then what? Who's the first guy off their bench? Is it Sean Livingston?
It might be Sean Livingston, yeah.
I mean, kind of a career okay guy.
Right.
A guy that you like to have, but he's not. He never could be a star like they don't have that guy. Whereas the Celtics is Jaylen Brown.
Right, he's a legit dude.
He wants to score 25, just like everyone else does.
So.
And the young guys they're trying to be big. Like they're trying. Like they haven't got the big contracts yet. They have to work.
Right.
That's what's in their head anyway. Or somebody like Jaylen Brown anyway. Like I feel like Tatum has the least problem.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Rozier and Jaylen Brown from what I see.
Is there something to like the idea of Kyrie Irving hindering the young guys as far as the development? Is that a thing? And then I always say that because, like, I've watched Chris Paul play 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And every time I watch him play, I'm convinced he's the best point guard in the league. And the whole team just seems to just do.
Just as a point guard.
Flows off of him.
So he's facilitating first.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's easy to say Chris Paul is good, but to really watch and see what's going on, like I compare him to Kyrie Irving is so different.
Right.
And there's such a difference when he's out of the game. You know what I mean? Like a healthy Chris Paul is still like I think the top 2 or 3 point guard in the league easily.
Yeah, right.
It's amazing, you know?
Right. Definitely as a point guard, because the guys that you make are better are the scoring point guard. Like scoring point guards means they're not really point guards.
Right. So Kyrie's
they're 2 guards.
2 guard, right?
They're 2 guards playing point guard. Yeah. And even like is Steph technically the point guard of the Golden State, or is it Klay Thompson?
I don't know. Is there even a true?
He's certainly not a point guard.
No.
They all just shoot. Yeah. They all pass. They don't have a point guard. But Kyrie, he's going to shoot. And it's almost this thing where like there's a definite a known pecking order in Golden State. Like it's Curry and Durant, and then the other guys, and they accept that. And I just feel like the kids don't accept that with Kyrie.
Right. Yeah.
And that's, I mean,
I don't think
I get it. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is this. I mean, it's not really a bright side, but in a way it is. Like at the end of the year, it's only gonna be like this year, because either Kyrie's gonna leave, or they're gonna trade the kids for Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna be together next year.
Right. It's fine.
And I can make cases either way. I can be happy either way. Like, are they still contenders if Kyrie leaves? No. I hate people that do that. I just did it. I hate answering my own questions.
I mean, you could still.
Well, he's going to be a free agent, though. They would have had to do it at the trade deadline. Yeah. I mean, they could do a sign and trade, but I doubt Irving will want to do that. But Irving, I mean, it doesn't make sense for him to leave. I mean, I know he's kind of talking that way. It seems like he's going to go to the Knicks with Durant. That seems to be the popular thought anyway.
Yeah.
But he can make the most money in Boston.
Right.
And they'll go get Davis. There's a reason they didn't trade him to the Lakers, I mean, or any of the teams at the deadline. It's because the Celtics physically couldn't trade at the deadline because of Kyrie would have had to be in the trade. I don't know the technical aspects of it, but it's the Derrick Rose rule. I know that.
Okay.
It's some kind of weird rule, and it's not that old because Derrick Rose hasn't been around that long.
Right.
But for whatever the rule means, they couldn't make a trade that didn't involve Kyrie because of getting him last year. I don't know. Because he's a max guy.
Yeah, I've never heard of that rule.
I hadn't either, and I still have never heard it explained. I didn't Google it or anything.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. That's why the Celtics couldn't make a deal at the deadline.
I see.
Like they couldn't trade, Jaylen Brown and Rozier and whatever and get Davis.
Right.
I mean, to me, the best situation is going to be, I mean, as far as they can go this year and just kind of be happy with it. I mean, they can still be fine. They can beat all of the teams.
They have the talent to do it.
They can beat everybody.
Easily.
Yep. They can beat everyone.
Yep.
They're better than anyone.
If you can beat Golden State, that means you can beat anyone.
Right. Basically. Right. If you can beat Golden State by 30, I don't care if they weren't trying. Like how hard. I don't know what the issue was because they didn't look good.
You can beat anyone.
You can beat anybody. Yeah. Right. And Kyrie can close games. Like, because that's the only real thing. Like that you have, you learn that as you're in the league for a while. Like I don't know, can Tatum Like if it's close, so if they're playing the Warriors and it's tight and it's Game 7, Curry's not missing. If Kyrie's not there, who are you? You know,
who's proven it?
You're like looking at everybody going, you're hoping somebody steps up.
Exactly.
Whereas if Kyrie's there, you go, well, it's Irving he'll match him.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, who was it? I went to a Celtics Golden State game 5 years ago, maybe. With my son, and the Celtics were up like 20-something, and I forget who was on the team then, but somebody was trying to match Curry the whole first half, and it worked for the first half, and they got like a 20-point lead in, but then they lost.
Jeez. Yeah, that only lasted so long, right?
Yeah, because it's the same. It's that, but it's that. Like that's what I mean. Like. You can't. He's not going to miss, and that's only him. Like they have Durant too,
and Thompson, right?
And Thompson, and Boogie Cousins, and Draymond.
Can't go 3 for 3 with them. That's for sure.
And Iguodala's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, not having to play a lot of minutes helps him stay relevant. He can still D people.
My thing with the Celtics is maybe they do need more facilitator. I mean, because a wise man once said you can find shooters at 7-Eleven.
I've heard that before.
Right.
I heard that.
You got shooters
from a very talented coach.
We need some defense. We need some ball distribution.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, they can win. They can win with Kyrie Irving, but I know what you're saying. Just somebody to just control the.
Yeah.
Because they all want to score.
Right.
They don't have that guy. Like Brad Wanamaker, maybe is a nice facilitator.
Okay.
But he's like the 12th guy on the bench. He's not getting in.
I guess from like the little bit I've watched, I haven't watched a lot of the Celtics, but when you see, like I said, like a Chris Paul and what that really looks like, right, this is different.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? You know, it's, I don't know.
So you haven't watched the Celtics? I've seen him be good. Have you seen him be good?
Yeah.
Because they're fun to watch when they're good.
Yeah.
They're much more like, I know you hate Golden State because they just shoot threes, and I get that. And even though that's like how the league is now, but I know what you're like. But the Celtics are much more fun because they're all trying to dunk on everyone.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah.
Tatum wants to dunk on everyone. Jaylen Brown wants to hurt people.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to hit them with the ball. Yeah, they're attacking the rim.
Right.
And shooting jumpers. But they don't really have that. I mean, I guess Hayward is the hang out at the line and shoot threes guy.
Yeah.
But even he attacks the basket when he's not thinking about his leg.
Yeah.
That's when you know. That's when you know he's okay. If he's attacking the basket, he's
feeling good.
Like, and it's one of those things. Like I don't. For me, like as a basketball guy, I don't care how many points he has. It's how he's playing. So if he's attacking the basket, if he's just playing normal, that's what all I want to see because we're stuck with. You know, not trading him. He's a max guy that no one wants because he's broken.
Yeah.
Like until he's scoring 25 a night regularly for a month or something. But then you want him because he's good.
You expect he'll be even better next year?
Yeah, I think another off season he'll be good.
Yeah.
Because even if you think, because the person that everybody talks is the Paul George. He had the similar.
Yeah, and he's phenomenal now.
Right, and he was
years afterwards, right? The 3 years.
But he was so his happened. He was playing for Team USA, so it was in the off season, and then he was out. He played like 5 games or something next season. So he really did take 2 years off, and then he came back and he was fine. Like he never looked back. Once he came back, he was Paul George immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas Hayward is kind of playing through that year, that extra year, that extra time. So
you got to almost give him the benefit right there. Yeah.
I mean, even off the last 2 games, so he had 30? He had 30 something against Golden State.
Right.
And I think he only had a dozen against the Kings, but he hit the game winner.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. I don't think he needs numbers. Like because he does everything. He's kind of like Horford. Like he'll do whatever. Like I feel like he's a guy who will play in the flow of the game. Like, do you need me to shoot tonight? Okay, I'll shoot. You don't? I'll pass.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'll play D. Like he does whatever is necessary. Right. Whereas the other. Like Hayward, Tatum and Brown and Kyrie and Rozier, they all just want to score.
Yeah.
They all want stats. They all want points, which is okay, but it's a problem when they're all on the floor. I feel like that's the issue. Yeah, so if Hayward can be useful and be out there, it's because honestly, like in the playoffs, they can have 2 like nightmare units out there that are fresh all game.
Yeah.
Because they're 8-man bench. You know, everybody shortens their bench or whatever in the playoffs. Like,
right. That's the thing.
All 8 of their guys should be starters somewhere, whereas not everybody's team is like that. Right. So you can really attack when those guys are out. You know, so when you play the Bucks, I mean, I know they have more guys, but when Giannis is out, you can really do some damage if you attack. Because when their second unit's coming on, your second unit has Jaylen Brown in it. Like, you have the best player on the floor for a while, which they've had. You know what I mean? Like, because that's the thing with the Bucks and Toronto. The Celtics maybe are a better team, but they both have a better player than anybody. The Celtics, like I think, they had Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, right. And Giannis. I'm not going to try to say his last name. And the Greek Freak are better than Kyrie Irving, I think.
Yeah.
So they have the best guy on the court, which in basketball it matters the most of all the sports, you know.
But their 6, 7, 8 guy is not.
They can't play 48 minutes. Right. Not in a series. There's differences in the playoffs that play to the Celtics that I don't hear a lot. Like. Talked about, it's all just the Bucks are good, and I get it, and I get it. The Bucks and Toronto are both good,
but people aren't talking.
And they're
going
to be a problem. But in the playoffs,
right? That's interesting. I never thought about that.
Are they going to play every minute?
Right,
because they don't have their second unit's not going to be. And Golden State's the same way. I mean, they have Livingston, they have Iguodala, and then they just signed Andrew Bogut, right? Because they don't have.
They did. Yeah.
They don't have guys.
Yeah.
So,
but they're smart because then they'll play Curry or
and then
you know what I mean. So they always have.
Golden State has more options. Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah. They don't sit all 5 guys at once.
Right. Yeah.
But I just mean for the East, Toronto and Milwaukee are leaning on those guys.
Right.
They can't play the whole time. Right. Yeah, they'll sit Curry for 5 minutes while the other guys are still out there.
Yeah.
And then Curry will come in for Durant. You never lose a guy. You know, there's always.
The Celtics can kind of do that now too, though. I mean,
they kind of can, right? Yeah. And as long it's just honestly, it's just getting the guys to accept it and say, "Look,
buy into it."
Right? Because it feels so. Like it feel like what happened. So at the trade deadline, like there was all this there's all kinds of Anthony Davis talk, and how they didn't make a move because of the Celtics, and So the young guys feel like, well, I'm getting traded anyway, so screw you guys. And then, Kyrie's, I gotta wait till next year to get in. Like, I really feel like that's how, there was a lull there where that's where everybody was thinking. And if they all just say, look, we know it's going to change next year. We can still, this year, we can still, they just need somebody to say, just knock it off, man.
Right.
Forget all of what, next year is next year. Right. We're not going to talk about next year.
Let's do this now.
We can win, Who wants to win the championship? Because we can do that.
Come down to Brad Stevens at some point.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's my Celtics thoughts.
But bottom line, it's still been disappointing up to this.
It's just hard to see them struggle. They should be better than this,
right? Yeah.
Because when they're good, they're good.
Yeah.
They're all long. They're all
right.
It's exact. It's hard. So as a Celtics fan for however old, 40 years. Mm-hmm. They never had a team like that. They finally have all of the athletic, long, we've suffered through some of the worst superstars ever. Like, I mean, I love Paul Pierce, but it's always guys that are maximizing less potential. You know what I mean? Like,
a little slow.
A little too small, a little too short, a little too whatever. Always a little too small. Or like Isaiah is tiny.
Even the Bird days, they were kind of a slow team.
Right, they're not like the Lakers.
Right.
You don't have, Worthy and all those guys are these super fat, like Showtime. Right, the Celtics are going to beat you up because they're slow.
Right.
And don't know, like...
And you're allowed to beat them.
They're fundamental basketball play. It's not fancy.
No.
And Bird's just a jerk. Like, that is their thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like... Right, to think about them, like, they're not fun to watch.
Speaking of jerks, I was cracking up at that video you sent me the other day about how Kobe uses his left hand as his aim hand. What? That's your aim hand.
That's your aim hand. He's just like the little guy with the LeBron head. That's cracking up. Any of those with the head replacement videos are always funny. Very simple person. But yeah, even the 80 Celtics, they're not pretty.
No, not at all.
I mean, unless you get excited about, like Mikhail working somebody on the blocks. Like, look at that footwork.
Right. It's exciting. That's not exciting.
Ooh,
you can respect it.
Up and under, what a pump fake. Like,
look at that pivot foot. Right.
Right. Like, it's beautiful, while the Lakers are, flying up and down the court, and even Michael Cooper's dunking on people. Like, come on,
baby.
Right? Get your long socks out of here. Like, we get it. They finally have all the guys. Like, Tatum and Jaylen Brown are freaks.
They look the part, man, too. And they look good.
Oh, Tatum is legit.
Oh yeah.
My dream sequence is if they can somehow get Davis without trading Tatum, it'll be the hugest thing ever.
It's such a long.
And honestly, I would say you take whatever else you want. If we have Kyrie and Tatum, you're not going to want Hayward. You can have anything else.
Yeah.
Picks, Rozier in a sign and trade, Jaylen Brown, and I like those guys, but obviously Anthony Davis, you have to trade something of value. You're not going to fleece the Pelicans. If they would have taken something like that, they would have just traded with the Lakers and got all of their guys. They did the same thing. They say, just leave us LeBron and take whatever else you want.
Did you hear the crowd? I forget where it was. I think Atlanta was chanting, "LeBron's gonna trade you." To Brandon Ingram.
Awesome.
I love the idea of LeBron trading people.
Yeah, he does. He's the worst.
LeBron's trying to trade the team.
Yeah. You don't think LeBron's trading people?
It's hilarious.
It's real, too, though. But it is hilarious. Like him thinking... can you imagine being in practice? It's kind of like what we're saying about the Celtics, but that's how it is with LeBron all the time. Like, you have to be nice to him because he can get you traded. Like,
so good.
All he's going to do is walk into the GM's office and say, Brandon Ingram's got to go.
I can root for LeBron now, though. I do. Now that he's old and like his team is like hurting, and he's kind of. If you see the interviews, he's just kind of mentally beat down.
I know he is.
Going back and forth. Yeah. He wants to diss the players. He wants to lift them up. Sometimes he doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what to do.
Beside himself.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
Yep. Yeah. No, I love it.
I started rooting for Kobe when he got old too. I can root for these.
Yeah, no, I had no problem rooting for Kobe. I rooted for Kobe even when they were good.
Yeah. See, I was always a big MJ guy, so I couldn't root for Kobe when he was around.
Yeah. Not over Jordan. But I mean, because I hated the Lakers. I mean, growing up anyway.
Yeah.
But I never hated Kobe. He's just too good.
Black Mamba.
Anybody like that, and I get. He's just trying to be Michael Jordan, but he's the closest guy.
He did a good job. Whatever he's trying to do.
He's the closest guy. I don't care how many points. I don't care what LeBron does ever.
Yeah.
He's nothing like Michael Jordan.
No.
Like the mental game, Kobe is the closest.
Right. Yeah.
Kobe would kill you if he could. Like
he would.
He's an awful person. Like, I don't want to hang out with any of these guys. Right.
As Antonio Brown was he was kind of rapey.
You like that one too?
That was crazy.
He really said that. I mean, he really said all that.
Loose.
Yeah.
Called him become fat and rapey and just all this stuff.
Poor Ben Roethlisberger.
Antonio Brown is insane.
Another guy I don't like. We're gonna talk about everybody I don't like. We'll make a list. Start a list.
Here's the thing with Antonio Brown. If you make like a football movie and in the movie you have a guy that's like the over the top diva football player.
Yeah. We tried to write a football movie once at work.
Right. He would be Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's even a real guy.
He's further than we had for our crazy receiver.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because we had Michael B. Jordan playing him or something.
Yeah, right? I think we did.
And Bill Bellamy was the older receiver.
Yeah, he's the older guy. Yeah. He's the older veteran who at first he disses and then he learns to respect because he gets it. Yeah. So, yeah, but he was more like our guy was more like a Deion Sanders if he was a receiver. Okay, he was just flashy.
Yeah.
And like didn't have time for Larry Fitzgerald or, whatever old receiver guy,
you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I run a 4.3.
Yeah. What you know, old man? 10 years ago, maybe.
Antonio Brown's just crazy.
He's straight up crazy. He has a blonde mustache.
Right. You don't have to say anything else. He's got a blonde mustache.
That's all you need to know. So, all right, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna go?
Like today, the Bills said they want no part of him.
I know. Did you hear? There's all that. But somebody, what's his name? Ian Rappaport reported that they were close.
And then the Bills backed out.
They weren't.
I also heard, and I don't know.
I heard it's because he wouldn't report.
Right. Yeah, that was what it was. He's crazy. The Redskins said they're not interested.
He doesn't want to go to Buffalo. Who wants to go to Buffalo? I don't know how the Bills still have a team. No one wants to go there.
No.
Do are the fans into the Bills?
The fans are.
They are. So that's why. Base. I mean, that's all that matters then. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know. The people go to it's 10 degrees there.
They're in Cleveland too.
In July, it's 10 degrees.
Those older football franchises have dedicated.
Oh no, I know Cleveland is still fine. They still pack out the place even when they had Muhammad Massaquoi running.
Cleveland, I guess, has been talking seriously to OBJ.
Yeah, I've heard that one. And I heard the Raiders for Antonio Brown.
Which is maybe, but
they have three. So the
how do you deal with them?
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know if it's more of a sense of that it's actual talks or just because the Raiders have 3 first-round picks this year.
Yeah, so they have
the assets to easily do it. Yeah, which it is crazy. One I saw, I think I read it. I don't know who it was, but they have the Cowboys pick and they have the Bears pick.
Yeah.
And they have their pick. But if they trade the Cowboys pick, they in essence trade Antonio Brown for Amari Cooper.
Right. But here's the thing. Amari Cooper is great. You saw that when he was with the Cowboys. So the problem wasn't him. You know what I mean? You just stayed
How's it going to fix by getting a crazy guy?
The problem was the team or Derek Carr regressed.
Yeah.
If anything, it's going to hurt you because
it's going to be the same thing.
He's a crybaby. Cooper wasn't a crybaby.
Right.
You know? So, I don't know. Who knows what's going on with that? I hope they both don't end up on teams. I can't stand Antonio Brown. I hope they just don't. Nobody signs Brown.
Nobody signs him. I mean, it's possible.
Who wants to deal with that?
He's not a free agent.
Is that?
He's not a free agent.
But he's not going to be back on the Steelers.
Well, he's not going to play. They're going to have another guy sit out all year. They're going to have another guy sit out all year like Le'Veon Bell did last year. What a horrible franchise.
Horrible. Bad people.
It's kind of like we were... Like how you're saying you can root for LeBron. I can't stand him. I did love one more basketball thing. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he keeps doing, the stupid, I've always hated it, but the stupid thing where people roll the ball so that the clock doesn't start.
Yeah.
And you pick it up like a half court or whatever. Yeah. Rondo used to do it and it used to bug me, but I knew that Rondo, I let get away with it because I know half of his game is being annoying.
Getting on your skin.
Yeah, he's annoying and he passes good, and that's all he can do. He can't shoot.
He's annoying.
He is.
Yeah.
He's an annoying defense. He does things to annoy people. I get it. Because as a basketball, it's annoying. Like, I would always run. Like, if I was the center, I would go run out there and make him pick it up. Like,
I got you.
Just can't stand it. Stop being stupid. Like, play. Like, what are you doing? But the other night, so LeBron's done it too. There's been 2 highlights in a row of him doing it, and like as far as he, but
is it like cross midcourt and everything?
Yeah. It's cross midcourt. I forget who it was against, but somebody finally ran out.
Yeah.
And when he tried to pick it up, he threw it out of bounds, and I was so excited.
Really?
It made me so happy.
LeBron threw it out, so it went back to the other team, or
yeah.
Oh,
he
that's
lost
awesome.
It.
What a doofus. Hey, why don't they just change that rule? As soon as the ball
Right,
hits
as soon
the
as
court,
it's
the
in,
clock
as soon as it comes in,
what
it
other
should go.
sport is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like a football is bouncing loosely on the ground and it's not in play.
Right, it'd be like if
time does
the clock starts like when you kick it. It'd be like if you kicked it off and it didn't start until they caught it, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't true. It's as soon as they touch it, the clock starts.
That's stupid. You're playing basketball,
right? Because it'd be like if you. So then if you kicked like a touchback, no time would go off. Like people would do it all the time. If they were down and needed,
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's hilarious. So
I can't.
Right out of bounds.
Yeah, I can watch LeBron lose all the time. I feel like he's never going to the finals again.
Yeah,
and I'm excited about it. Yeah,
well,
it's good.
Make the playoffs again.
They'll get him somebody. Well, he's the only max guy, right?
Yeah.
They'll get some. I don't know. I don't know all the free agents. I don't really care about what the Celtics do. The rest of the league, we figure it out.
I love Kyle Kuzma.
I know. Oh, yep. I like Kuzma.
He's not bad.
I know. The only person I know is Kemba.
Oh.
Kemba Walker's a free agent, and Durant. Mm-hmm. But those are the only ones I know. But enough basketball. But football, though.
Yeah. So Antonio
Brown's a dummy. Yep. Yeah, I could see him now. What if nobody takes him? He's going to sit out again.
I would love that.
So yeah, so that's where I started. So yeah, Roethlisberger and the Steelers in general, like they can't lose enough. That's fine with me. Like, what are they going to do next year?
I mean, they still have Juju. They'll probably draft someone.
They made the playoffs, right? Did they lose in the?
No, they missed the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs?
Yeah, they missed it.
So they're going to do that again, right?
Right. You don't imagine getting better.
They're not getting better.
All right.
Like maybe Juju gets better, but now there's no Antonio Brown.
Right. Yeah. Maybe they draft another receiver.
Who's the James Conner? Is that the running back?
Pretty solid back. Yeah.
But I mean, you still have you take a step. You're still taking another. Like you lost your running back. You find a guy who's good. He's not Le'Veon Bell though, and then. I mean, you already had Juju. You're not going to have Antonio Brown.
Right. They're probably going to be 8-8 next year, 7-9.
That's great.
Unless they draft my boy DK Metcalf.
Uh-oh.
You see him in the combine?
Is that the super fast guy?
Holy smokes. Yeah. He ran a 4.3.
Ole Miss? Southern Miss.
Yes. Ole Miss. Yeah.
See, I'm completely unprepared for the rookies, but I had that one.
6'3" and like 7/8, 230 pounds and a 4.3 40.
All right.
Yeah.
I did see video of some giant lineman run a 40.
Keon Williams or something like that from Alabama. That's crazy. Yeah, run like was it 4.8? I think
something like that.
Maybe like 300-some pounds.
It was like what Donald ran.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's why it was newsworthy. I don't think he was as fast as Aaron Donald, but it was like the closest another lineman has been or something like that.
But way bigger than Aaron Donald.
Right.
Aaron Donald's still kind of undersized.
He's undersized.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Those guys from Alabama are just anyone from the SEC.
They just get all the guys.
They got 2 running backs from Alabama that are going to get drafted.
They get all the guys. Yeah. It's so dumb to me. I don't know how to fix it. Team. Right. Yeah. There's no way to really fix it, I guess. Because basketball is the same way, so I guess that's just how it is.
Yeah. What was interesting to me about that combine was that they came away from it saying Kyler Murray's probably going to go first overall to Arizona.
Yeah.
Who already has Josh Rosen.
Not for long.
But they determined that from the combine, which he didn't work out at. which is weird to me. I mean, he did the height and the measurements. I guess.
Yeah, he didn't do any of the
physical.
And he did the he interviewed, right?
Yeah, he interviewed. So seeing that in the interview, Arizona fell in love with him.
Yeah.
So,
but wasn't that was already a thing though?
They were already talking about him, yeah.
Because
the height was an issue because they wanted to make sure he was at least 5'10".
I heard
they were afraid of him being like 5'8" or something.
There's some rumor that he was heightening
his body, hiding like
stuff something in his shoe so he's a little taller. It's a real conspiracy theory going out there.
Maybe the other issue was his weight
because of what were they saying? We'd have to wait for his. They should make him not wear shoes for his because he'll have to do all the same stuff for his pro day.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't match up,
well. That's crazy.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
He has some in his shoes.
Come on.
I've heard of heightening
it's a thing.
Surgeries where they add
just put a little
metal into your shins.
Put a little lift in his shoe, like the Seinfeld episode.
Thick as grits too, though, because he's like 207 pounds, which is kind of big for like.
It's a little big for a little guy.
Yeah, because I'm 5'10" and I weigh 165. I could put on 40 pounds. You know how wide I would be? It's insane. But. They said he has small hands, which could be an issue. Because Russell Wilson was the same height too, but he had gorilla hands.
He's got
huge hands, so
he has baseball mitts on his arms.
Exactly. So, but I read this whole article in Sports Illustrated about how the little guy quarterbacks are not a problem in the NFL anymore because more offenses are becoming spread offenses.
Right.
You know what I mean? They adjusted to the college game.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like the Mahomes types and Deshaun Watson and
dude in Cleveland.
Right. Baker Mayfield.
And that's like Baker Mayfield has helped out this guy.
Because they're from Oklahoma.
Right. So the same like he's another one. We'll take this one. But it's a whole thing too that Kingsbury, like that's a whole like the coach.
Right, he produced Patrick Mahomes.
But he loves Kyler Murray or whatever.
So I'm disappointed if that happens because in my Dynasty League I made Josh Rosen owner in the Super Flex. We got 3 quarterbacks. So losing one of them because he's going to be a bench guy now would suck.
Well, no. So who needs quarterbacks?
Redskins don't because they just signed your boy Case Keenum.
Got my boy Case Keenum.
So
I got one of my boys a job. This is excited.
Who do you have left? You have Jimmy G.
Case Keenum, and Matty Ice.
So you're all right.
Yeah, I was thinking Case Keenum was going to be backing up Flacco all year.
Yeah, so I was 3 starters.
I was shopping for quarterbacks.
Which is good.
Right. No, Keenum to the Redskins. That's huge news, actually, for my team.
So who are you looking to draft in our Dynasty draft? You're a second round, right? Are you looking for a running back or receiver?
2 seconds and no first.
Because I've done some homework on this year's prospects, so I can tell you who's out there right now. You looking for running backs or receivers?
Receivers.
Receivers, some good guys.
Because I drafted wrong for how the league works.
Okay.
It's a receiver. Like I know it's PPR and running backs to catch. I mean, running backs still help, but
you need some receivers.
Like if you look at like running backs that have a really good day. Can be canceled out by receivers with an okay day. You know what I mean? Like a few catches, like a couple catches and a touchdown is the same as a running back that runs for 100 yards and 20 carries. Because that stuff doesn't count. It's just yards. You know what I mean?
Like, I understand.
It's easier for receivers to outs, and I don't have great receivers. I mean, literally everybody on my team was hurt was IR at one point.
It's insane. I've never seen anything like
I've never seen anything.
It was crazy.
So I could.
You still almost made the playoffs.
I did almost.
That's impressive. Yeah, you made a serious run at the end. Yeah. That's what I'm.
We gave it a shot.
All
wide
receivers.
outs.
But the other receiver from Ole Miss is A.J. Brown.
You have a first rounder though, right?
I have a first rounder, a second, and then 3 third rounders, and I might end up drafting like 4 receivers just to see if someone hits. But so they got the other guy who I think might be even better than Metcalf. He's not as physical, but he's a real football player. Likes to play football guy. AJ Brown.
Good at football guy?
Good at football guy. I think he still ran like a 4.4, and he was... Like, if you listen to podcasts, like the Dynasty podcast, they all talk about how when they look at Metcalf's highlight tapes, the other guy that really stands out is A.J. Brown. When you look through all Ole Miss's, like, you know?
What's his height? He's taller, right?
He's 6'1".
Oh, he's the 6'1"?
Like 210.
So I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay. And what's Metcalf?
He's like 6'3" and 7/8".
Oh, so maybe it is.
Yeah.
All right.
But they're both physical specimens, you know? But A.J. Brown is, you know, pure hands, better route runner, you know, all that. You got him. You got N'Keal Harry from Arizona State.
Arizona State, yeah.
Another freak. There's some freaks out there. And then the guy that I'm really interested in is Hakeem Butler, 6'6".
Love guys too.
I know, like abnormally tall, but has great footwork, like a receiver. Like they're getting taller now,
They're getting taller, right?
I'm just waiting for like the 7-foot receiver to come up soon. But yeah, I mean, this is a good year if you need a receiver. So many dudes. I already know who the Patriots are going to draft a receiver.
Oh, you do?
I saw him in the combine. He's a white guy named Andy Isabella from UMass.
Oh, he's super fast. Yeah.
Super fast.
Yeah,
he looks like the next Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
And he's under 6 feet, so he has Patriot written all over him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of freaks.
I did hear
in the combine.
Amendola got cut.
Oh, did he?
You might as well just shuffle on back up here.
Get him to the league minimum. Joke's on him. If you want more money, we'll get you back in a couple years.
He got his 1 year. That 1 year, he made more than he made in like 2 years at the pier.
But yeah, I saw that dude Isabella. He's a Patriot.
I did hear. Who else? They traded for Michael Bennett today.
Oh, really?
Patriots.
Michael Bennett, from the defensive guy?
Martellus' brother.
Is he in Seattle?
He's an Eagle.
Eagle, that's right, yeah. I can't keep track of those Bennetts.
So they traded, I think they got him for nothing. It was him and next year's 7th rounder for the Patriots, 5th rounder next year.
Okay, yeah, that's nothing.
So he moved down 2 rounds to get Michael Bennett at $7 million.
What's he, defensive end, right?
$7 million a year. Yeah, it's because Flowers is going to go.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I heard he might be signing in Miami, right?
Same because the defensive coordinator
Flores is down there. Yeah.
It makes sense.
He was good too, huh?
Flowers?
Yeah, he's really good.
And he's one of those guys. If he goes somewhere else, kind of like how Chandler Jones was, like if they actually let him loose, his sack numbers will go. Like his numbers would go up. But he was good for the Patriots. I mean, because he did everything. Yeah. But no, he's good. He's really good.
They'll miss him, I think.
Yeah.
But then again, how do you question anything at this point with those guys? I'm sick of them.
So what'd you think of the Super Bowl? It's been a while. Like I know it's a while from it. We would have talked about this if we had
football purist standpoint.
But so
I didn't think that was boring.
Like I'm mad at the. I'm still not. I got no use for no Patriots. But I was going for them against the Rams. Once teams are like once the Bears lost, I guess the Patriots can win now. Like I'm not gonna be mad at them because Brady's still I still like Brady.
Right.
So no, I liked it. It was a good game.
I just feel like Belichick's a mastermind. The way he shut them down,
right?
It's unbelievable.
Did you ever watch that like the mic'd up thing?
Yes. Yeah. It was good.
And the pregame, so the pregame part when McVay comes up and like shakes Belichick's hand, he's like, "So you guys, I don't know how you guys do it, but you guys are great." And I just felt like watching that. I was like, Belichick knew he won right then.
Yeah, he was already psyched out.
Oh,
yeah, game's over.
All right.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I guess we got him. Yep.
Right.
This isn't going to be hard at all.
I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, he's in his head.
Come on, man. You're the guy. You're supposed to be the guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sick of him, but I respect him. Who knows? Maybe they'll be back next year and do it again.
They probably will.
Yeah. And then maybe
I don't know why not.
After that,
I mean, why wouldn't they? If Gronkowski comes back, They'll find some receivers.
Yeah.
They don't need.
They'll be fine.
They'll probably get Josh Gordon back at some point.
Yeah. He'll probably miss half the season, but
whatever they make him miss. Maybe they'll make him sit. I doubt they'll make him sit out for a year, but they might. I mean, I don't know.
They'll be fine. They'll win the 7th, and then maybe they'll finally go
fine. Because the thing that was impressive in the Super Bowl was the defense. Holy mackerel!
It's amazing.
It looked like the greatest defense ever, and that's all Belichick.
Yeah, 2 weeks to plan for someone, you know he's gonna have a good.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened with the Chiefs.
Because what's his name looked terrified. Goff. He had no idea what he was doing.
They had good pressure on him.
He was completely lost.
Those blitzes were all timed perfectly.
Oh yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Every call was perfect.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I mean, if you think, like, before the playoffs, the Patriots, no one thought they were going to do anything. Like, they lost to Miami, they lost to Detroit, they lost to Tennessee, they had all these bad losses, and some of their wins didn't look great.
No.
He was forcing the ball to Gordon all the time, and just...
And Brady looked average.
They just need to get there.
Right. And then experience takes over.
Really matters.
Over.
But that's enough about those turkeys. But I guess one more thing though. The reason I think that they're still definitely fine is that Sony Michel is good.
He is. Yeah.
If you're gonna give Brady a new young guy to run it, and they still have James White.
Right. Yeah.
They still have Edelman.
Yeah, they got pieces. There's no doubt about it.
But the offense is still good, and if the defense is really that good, I mean, it would hurt them to lose Flowers, and Bennett is not. I mean, he's 34, right? He's not. Yeah. He's not the same Michael Bennett. Right. He's still good. Right. He'll be fine for them.
Obviously, they see something in him. Yeah.
But I'm assuming this just happened, so there's no new. But I bet Martellus comes out of retirement. Play with his brother.
Right. They have a need at tight end.
Because Dwayne Allen's
gone. Yeah. This draft for rookie class is a heavy tight end class, too. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's 2 dudes from Iowa, right?
Yeah.
But I
Hawkinson and Noah Fant.
But I like the guy from Irv
Smith Jr.
Is that who? Yeah. Is he from Alabama?
Yeah.
I wanted to say Georgia, but I knew that was wrong.
Yeah,
he's from Alabama.
He's good.
I like him.
Yeah. So there's guys out there they could draft.
Oh, there's plenty of guys. Yeah. Right, because they have a million picks again. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Take a tight end in the first round.
You think so? All right. Do you think they draft a quarterback this year?
They probably should, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
They say next year's quarterback class will be better.
Right. So I would say this. If you think so, what is he? He's 42.
Yeah, he's going to be 42. All right.
He's gonna. Yeah, he'll be 42 to the start of the season, right? So, so he's got 3 more years from if you're going by his 45 number. Yeah. So I wouldn't draft a quarterback. You're still trying to. You just won, You literally to just have Edelman. Edelman's the only receiver under contract, right?
Yeah.
It's right. It sucks. As much as I don't want to care about the Patriots, you can't. It's all anyone talks about. I know everything without even wanting to know.
Right.
It sucks.
You're immersed in it.
You can't
not just the radio. Everywhere you go.
Nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So I can't help but know But yeah, only Edelman's under contract. So,
because you don't need 3 years because teams don't develop quarterbacks anymore.
And if we're dealing,
just throw them right in the mix.
Yeah, you just throw them out there. Yeah. And I mean, they have to know they're going to suck when Brady goes. I don't care what.
So just account for that. Let the guy have grown.
They're not going to be the same. It's not going to. They're not going to have a guy where even if Garoppolo stayed here, he wouldn't have just walked in and maybe they'd still be a playoff team because their division sucks.
Continue winning Super Bowls.
You're not just going to keep rolling
right. There's got to be a transition.
But I mean, when does that ever happen?
It can.
But it never does, right? Even if you think of because I've thought about this. The only one I can come up with is from Montana to Steve Young. They still were good. They still won. But like Aaron Rodgers has won one Super Bowl, right?
Right. Breeze has won one.
And, came from Favre. But I just mean like where there was this handoff from this great, like all-time quarterback, like to the next guy, and he just stepped right in. Like
the thing is,
I guess the Packers are still good, but
it's the superstar.
He's
thing,
only
right?
won
like
once.
When Jordan left the Bulls, you're not like, all right, we got to replace Jordan.
You can't assume. Like they can't assume. The Patriots can't think they're just gonna. It's just gonna work out.
Oh, there's some Patriots fans that think that.
I don't care what the fans are stupid, but that's what I mean. Like, wouldn't you just keep? I mean, they never do it, which is always annoying and is part of the problem with me and the Patriots. Like, why would you not be loading up for Brady every year? Like, he had nobody to throw to this year.
No, I don't know why not.
They just refuse to cover Edelman. That's the only reason they beat it, or they can't. Is he really that unguardable?
You can't come. For some reason,
but honestly, is he really that unguardable?
In 10 yards, yeah, I think so. I would love to know what his three cones.
Because the Chiefs can't. The Chiefs couldn't cover him.
No one can cover him.
The Rams couldn't cover him.
In that first
Nobody
10 yards,
can cover him.
Not going downfield on a straight route, but
but
change of direction must be the best. He just knows.
I mean, I know that he's good, and obviously his football IQ is
right. Smart.
He's exactly where he needs to be all the time. It's going to be the most frustrating thing ever. Like, I can't imagine, like, as a safety, or I don't even know who would have to deal with him. Like, as whatever defensive back has to try to cover him. It has to be the most annoying thing
It's
ever.
Annoying as a fan that roots against the Patriots. Because I know 36.
Can you imagine, it's 3rd and 5. There's frickin' Edelman. And you're like, where is he going to go? Not this time. And he does it, and you're like, what?
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying to watch when you're rooting against them. It really is.
Yeah.
Because I can see it coming, so they must see it coming. And you can't stop
That's what I mean. Like, I have to know.
Yeah.
Put everybody on him.
Just
put everybody on him.
Yeah.
Tackle him at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Whatever. Like, as hard a bump as you can on him.
Yeah.
But he's quick. Like, he's too quick. I think they can't get to him in time.
No, he's tough in that first 10 yards, man. It's unbelievable.
I don't know. However, so they do have first round picks, but a team more near and dear to my heart these years does not have a first round pick.
No, and I'm
or a second round pick. Right? Third round, is the first round for the Bears? I believe.
Have a second either? I thought we had a late second.
I don't think so.
Dang.
I believe my research shows third.
Khalil Mack, I think, was worth it.
No, I'm not saying it's not worth it. My question is not, is it worth it? But what do they do? Like, what do they need? What do they do? Because as much as I watched the Bears as much as I could this year, but I still don't. I'm not fully there yet. I don't know everything yet. Like, I know, I do know.
They need it.
So
they might need another receiver.
Well, they do have 2 free agents. Do you know anything? Like, are they re-signing those guys? It's Amos and the safety in the corner. Callahan and Amos are both free agents.
That's a good question. I don't know.
And they're, like, on the list that I've seen, they're not the top guy at their position, but they're close, so that means they'll be expensive. I don't know what they're like cap wise. Like, that's what I mean. Like for the for the Bears, I don't know how close it is to the cap. I have no idea.
Right, you know what I mean? Because they already signed Fuller to a big deal. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have problems in the next few years signing a lot of guys because a lot of guys are in their first contract.
Starting to come
Jordan
up.
Howard, Trubisky.
I've heard trading Jordan Howard. I mean, did you hear any? Have you heard any?
I've heard rumors of that too. Yeah,
that he might go.
Yeah. But right, I don't know if Amos is going to be around. So
it's a very strong safety free agent class. I know that.
Yeah.
What's his name? The dude from
Thomas?
The dude from Seattle. Yeah, Earl Thomas. Yeah. And Honey Badger's out there.
Right.
And the guy from the Giants. I think I had his name.
Landon Collins?
Landon Collins.
Yeah.
They're all free agents.
Yeah. Though the Bears don't, I mean, it's going to sound cocky. They don't have a ton of needs defensively. Offensive, I think they could use another offensive lineman. You know what I mean? And
I have heard a name. Bruce Anderson, North Dakota State running back.
Oh, okay.
For their 3rd round pick, if they trade Howard.
Right, because they're gonna need another guy.
So the thing that I read, I think it was somebody's blog. So I don't know if it was, I don't know who was it. What, like if it was a guy like me writing a blog, or if it was like a report as somebody who actually knows something. Yeah. But the idea was that they would be trading Howard to actually get into those first 2 rounds.
Oh, I got you.
And then, but then with their pick, a guy like that, because they don't really. They're not running like they don't need a. They're not running Howard at all. Howard doesn't fit their offense.
Yeah,
which I can see.
No, I've heard of Bruce Anderson though from North Dakota.
North Dakota State.
Yeah, that's where also what's his name went, right? Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the same build, big, strong, powerful running back. You know.
So I don't know.
So he fit the mold. There's some decent running backs coming out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the Bears just signed a kicker, which is relevant.
Do you know his name?
Yeah, I don't like his name.
You love his name.
Chris Blewett.
Blewett.
Tough name for a kicker.
For anybody, but especially for a kicker.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe.
You don't want him to sign Gostkowski?
Is he a free agent?
Yeah, Patriots didn't franchise anybody.
Jeez, I would love for them to sign him. We'd have been in the 2nd round of the playoffs.
Well, maybe. I don't know. He likes to miss kicks in big games.
That's true.
Gostkowski.
Yeah.
The last 5 years, anyway. He didn't but they didn't go to the Super Bowls this year, so it's tough.
I feel like there's slim pickings for kicking.
Oh, it definitely is, yeah. Because if you look at free agent lists, like Janikowski's the next guy.
Right.
Gonna trot 50-year-old Sebastian Janikowski out there.
Me, you know that.
Yeah. I think he is, because there were a couple, and they were franchised.
Yeah.
Because there was Robbie Gould talk to come back, but the Niners franchised him. Yeah. And who else we got? Josh Lambo re-signed with the Jags. So next is Gostkowski. And then...
And do teams even draft kickers anymore?
Matt Bryant would be your next guy.
Okay.
From the Falcons.
Yeah.
He's 44 years old, Matt Bryant.
Been to work for a while.
Do they draft kickers? I feel like...
Ever since the Buccaneers drafted a kicker a few years ago and he sucked.
Yeah, like I don't know about early. Yeah. But they gotta come from somewhere. It is a funny position because there are a lot of like 40-something-year-old kickers because nobody wants to draft them.
Right.
You would think there's got to be somebody good every year. How is there not?
Yeah.
Like I've been drafting the same kickers in fantasy for 10 years because they don't go anywhere.
No,
like
there's not a big turnover.
Janikowski still plays. Zerline's been there forever.
Right.
Vinatieri's still playing.
Right. And he's
still good.
All white, yeah.
Right. He's like on AARP checks and his Colts checks. He was on that
first Super Bowl team too with the Patriots.
He won it.
Yeah. Some kickers are super old. Dang. What was it? Warren Anderson played until he was like 48 or something, right? He had like the one bar.
He had the one bar, yeah.
Damn.
You know you're good if you played with the one bar, yeah. That's legit.
Yeah, I don't know too much about what's going on with the Bears lately. I've been just super engrossed with Dynasty, like
trying to work your squad out. Yeah. Yep, that's next. Yeah, I need to start working. Yeah, I almost made the. What did you lose in the first round of the playoffs?
Lost in the first round of the playoffs, yeah.
But you made it.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I adjusted the needs. I got my quarterback. I got my replacement.
Oh no, that's a good move. You got Foles.
Foles and Nick Chubb.
So now, what are your quarterbacks now? We'll update our listeners because they care.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Nick Foles,
Nick Foles.
But Cam Newton might be out next year.
Yeah, what did he do?
His shoulder's busted and they had to do the surgery and it might be an Andrew Luck thing. So.
Do you have Carolina's backup?
I do. Yeah, you know I'm on it. I'm going to have to drop half my team soon, though, if I'm going to draft 5 guys.
Well, you're only going to draft 5 guys.
And I have 2 guys on IR. 7 guys I got to get rid of.
They can stay. If they stay on IR, they can stay.
That's true. That's a good point, yeah.
My team, I'm going to start the season with 2 guys on IR. There's no way all of those guys are coming back. My whole team is on. It's like Jimmy G, there's a chance he's not ready. Who's the running back? McKinnon, there's a chance he's not. There's more of a chance he won't be ready.
Right.
Josh Gordon is on the suspended list, which in this league counts. Because he's on my IR right now. He's not going to start the season. Will Fuller will probably be back from what I hear.
Yeah.
Darius Geis will probably be back.
Yeah, that's huge for you.
Who else?
Yeah, because he got hurt early in preseason.
Yeah, first game, I want to say.
Yeah, I was at that game that he got hurt. Yeah. It's my fault.
It's all your fault.
Yeah.
I know I have more guys than 5. Anyway, but yeah, no, I will definitely. Gordon will. I mean, if I can keep him on IR, sure. Until they start piling up again next season, I'll hold out as long as I can.
Geis is going to be a beast.
I picked up Des Bryant just for fun. He's technically on the IR still, but only because there's a report that the Saints might bring him back.
Poor Des Bryant.
Well, and he doesn't want that to be how his career is.
Yeah. He's still only.
I read 2 things.
30, 31?
He's like 30. Yeah. Yeah, I read one thing like on a Saints thing about them. Like I saw the headline, so I clicked on it. Like about them wanting to potentially want to bring him back, and then a separate story about him, just about how dead. So then I started looking at Des Bryant.
Yeah.
And then all the stories are like, I can't go out like this kind of thing.
That was a good pickup.
So.
Steven Smith came back after.
That's what I mean. All of these
36.
guys, 2 of them will be on the IR, so I'm not worried about that. And I have 2. There's only 3 rounds in the draft, right?
Only 3. Yeah.
So I have 2 seconds and a third.
Right.
I have no first, so I could get Shady McCoy last season. At the time, it was a necessity.
Yeah.
And I mean, he'll still be a starter.
Yeah, still a guy. Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't keep Fournette and Dalvin Cook on the field at the same time. Definitely not together.
That's too bad.
But I barely had any of them all year, so that could all change too. Hopefully, if my guys are healthy, I have a good team. But
I can't imagine you being as injury plagued. It's got to get better. It can't be, right? It's got to get better.
I think Fournette should be. He was never super hurt. He just kept trying to play on a bad hamstring like an idiot.
Right.
Like you just take the 6 weeks and then come back and be fine instead of playing 2 and then being out 1 and playing 2 and being out 2 and playing 1 and being out 1.
Right.
You just have to let it.
It's coach's fault. They managed it wrong. They should not have. They
definitely should have won because the Jags sucked. It wasn't like the year before when they were a playoff team, and should have probably beat the Patriots and gone and played the Eagles.
So he gets healthy.
That's where I've heard for Foles.
Yeah, I've heard that. And that helps too, because if you get a slight boost at quarterback, he's better than Balaki Bortellis. And then they're just gonna, they'd be a better team.
Does he get another job, Balaki Bortellis? Is he a free agent, or are they just gonna bench him?
He's gonna be riding the pine. Yeah.
He's just gonna be the backup.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I do. There are plenty of Patriots fans think the Patriots are going to trade for Rosen, so be prepared for that.
Oh, are they saying that? That's not going to happen. Right?
Yeah,
I heard Giants.
I hear that one a lot, and it's because the basis of it is that they were interested in him last year. He's the quarterback that they.
Yeah, that's just a
of the top
fan thing.
Of the
None of my sources have been.
None of my sources are reporting that they would do something stupid like that. Because from what I hear, he's like kind of a jerk. He's like a rich boy, already thinks he's a superstar and had that rookie season. Like you're not. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
But it wasn't. I heard he had a bad offensive line.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. He's on a terrible team.
Yeah. And I've heard too. He's gonna be.
And there's a lot of people point like Goff sucked the first year.
Right.
I mean, what do the Cardinals do if they draft? That doesn't even make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, but that's
that you would get Kyler Murray. That you would get Kyler Murray when you just drafted Rosen. Like what?
Yeah. It doesn't, but it looks like it might happen.
Because Bosa's like the...
Nick Bosa is the big guy.
Who's second? Niners?
Niners are second, yeah.
Niners on the rise.
Yeah. They may make the playoffs.
As soon as Jimmy G comes back, they really will have like a whole new... The offense will be all new. They're going to have
You may have George Kittle, the best tight end in the league. Yeah, they'll be all right. I ain't mad at the Niners.
All right, Case Keenum. I'm so excited. Case Keenum. I'm going to have the whole... I'm going to have Keenum and Geis. Go Skins.
All Skins on the
time. I can't do that. Nope. Big year for Allen Robinson, though. Actually, he stayed healthy all year, just not productive all year.
Yeah, I mean, it still depends on the development of Mitchell Trubisky.
Right, but he
had flashes though.
But he and later in the year he was better. I never didn't start him. I mean,
he's going to be serviceable.
Granted, I had guys hurt all the time, so I kind of had to. But it was never a question that I was going to sit him. He was always fine.
No, you could see it like towards the end of the year.
No, he got better as the year went on, which is part of the reason I almost made the playoffs. I made a push and beat a couple people I shouldn't because like he started playing better.
Yeah.
If it happened to be the game that Fournette actually played in, then I was good. And then I'm as good as everybody, you know. Because but it's all right.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Yes, draft homework is next.
Yeah. All right.
No more Cody Parkey. That's all we care about.
Yeah, done with that guy. Double doink.
Bring on Blewett. I want him to make it. Is it bad that I want him to be the guy and be good? Like, I want him to be good.
It's a bad name.
It would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm counting down to football season already.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, it's the only game that you pay attention to the whole year. Like, nobody cares about basketball until like now.
This dynasty stuff has changed it for me. It really has.
Yeah, you're back.
I used to not care about like fantasy until August. You know what I mean? Now.
I see.
You know about the rookies.
Like you're paying attention to. Okay, I get
cool.
it.
You know, it's kept me interested all year round now.
Yep.
Oh yeah, my fantasy addiction is full blown again because I'm about to do a baseball fantasy league soon. I'm gonna jump in one of these public leagues if you want to jump in too. You know, I'm in the basketball playoffs right now.
Of course you are.
So that's kind of like I'm just. You got any one of them fantasy leagues? Scratching my neck right now. Yeah. Football blew it wide open.
All came right back. It's a gateway. You just try football. It'll be all right. Next thing you know, 25 leagues.
I'm going to jump in a baseball league next week, though, if you want to try and get in there with me. We can try to coordinate.
Try to coordinate a public league.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I can get down on that. Go over my combine notes. Spring training, we could start paying attention.
Hey. All baseball all the time. I mean, I know nothing about it. It's just fun to draft. That's what happens.
Right. Just figure it out.
Yeah. Could look at the rankings. Shoot, I'm a fantasy guy. You figure it out, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, good podcast.
All right. Kings and None.
For you guys, we'll hear from Dan next month.
Next month, yeah. I think he'll be back. We'll get after it again. All right, Kings and None.
Out.